Language, arguably one of the most important evolutions for humankind. Ideas can move mountains, but we won't get far on our own. We need language for cooperation and collaboration. We start from an early age to learn words. Soon after, we can construct simple sentences, which then leads us to run into conflicts with our fellow humans. We then listen and learn about other people's feelings and emotions. We learn to adapt our language to keep the peace. But what happens when we fail to adapt? What happens when we no longer care about the peace and words get used as weapons? In today's world, we're experiencing increasing polarization on a global level between right and left, rich and poor, east and west, south and north. We struggle to see eye to eye, and communication gets disrupted. We fill the gaps of not knowing with assumptions, and as a result, we alienate the others. How can they possibly be so ignorant? You say to yourself as you read a tweet from the other. The gap between us has become so large that we fail to see our commonalities, and we wonder if their minds could ever be changed. When the gap is this wide and deep, how do we proceed? How do we get along? How do we communicate? There simply is no way to avoid having to engage with people you don't agree with. The planet can't get split in two. We should pay attention to this division and be alarmed by how fast it is growing. Because ideas can move mountains, but we won't get far on our own. And when we can't work together, things can't get done. And with the challenges humanity is currently facing, the result will be devastating. So, what do we do now, and where do we start? One possible starting point could be sustainable and inclusive design. Designs that can foster engagement, synergies, collaboration, nonviolent communication, empathy, care, and understanding. Designs that can build bridges and repair broken trust. Designs that follow the framework of meta-design, which intends on creating social, economical, and technical infrastructures for emerging designs and co-designs, all for sustainable change. Meta-design challenges the traditional profit-driven design frameworks and serves as a more heterodox alternative to create social value and change. Languaging is a concept often used in the context of meta-design. Languaging can be described as an active process of collaboration to form meaning and shape reality through communication and language. It is a tool to uncover assumptions, reframe problems, and it is a way to imagine new possibilities by questioning and co-constructing the language that we use. Languaging is a way of designing the world through how we speak, think, and interact with one another. It is how we shape our future. So, how does our current language hinder or support collaborative bridge building? And what new words and language can be co-created to build new shared understanding and empathy? And how? These are all questions that you can use to start designing for deconstruction of the current polarization and construction of the bridges of understanding. This can be a starting point for change.